To calculate the distance between the manhole and the bank, the robbers first drew a line on a bicycle tire. They started from the manhole cover and pushed the bicycle to the bank entrance, carefully counting the number of tire rotations. By multiplying the number of rotations by the tire's circumference, they determined the distance from the manhole cover to the bank was 7.1 meters. The depth from the manhole cover to the sewer was 18 meters. With these measurements, they had the lengths of the two perpendicular sides of a right triangle. Using this data, it was easy to calculate the length of the hypotenuse, which represented the length of the tunnel they needed to dig. They then used the arctangent function to accurately determine the angle at which to dig the tunnel. After resolving all these issues, they began digging the tunnel. However, they overlooked an important problem. The bank's security system was robust, and digging directly into the bank would undoubtedly trigger the alarm. Moreover, they couldn't open the vault door. These problems lingered in their minds, and they couldn't think of an effective solution for the time being. At night, feeling frustrated, Jack gazed at the starry sky while chatting with his girlfriend. During their conversation, a remark from Annie suddenly inspired him. Why steal when they could rob the bank directly? He quickly found Tom and told him he had come up with a plan. The vault door couldn't be opened at night, but it was open during the bank's business hours in the daytime. Jack planned to enter the bank during the day, splitting into two teams. One team would openly rob the bank to draw attention, while the other team would enter the vault through the underground tunnel to open the safe and take the money. Even if the police arrived at the bank, they wouldn't suspect anything unusual, thinking it was just a regular robbery. They would assume the robbers would escape through the bank's main entrance, never considering that a tunnel had been pre-dug. Therefore, the tunnel wasn't for entering the bank but for escaping. Upon hearing this plan, Tom's eyes lit up. Indeed, changing the perspective changed everything. The next day, Jack and his team took action. To avoid leaving fingerprints, they applied glue to their fingers. They split into two teams. One team went to dig the tunnel, while the other team, wearing masks and holding guns, quickly took control of the bank lobby. The security guard in the monitoring room immediately called the police upon seeing the situation. The police quickly arrived and surrounded the bank, but the robbers remained calm. Everything was going according to plan. First, the robbers escorted a hostage out the main door, then pretended to be scared and retreated, making the police believe they intended to escape through the main door but had no way out. Second, they released the security guard, who was armed and posed a danger if kept inside. Releasing him also allowed the police to know that the robbers had multiple hostages, preventing them from storming in recklessly. Third, they destroyed the surveillance cameras. Meanwhile, the other team began their operation. As the tunnel was completed, the two teams successfully connected. At this point, Tom continued to threaten the police outside, warning them not to act rashly, or he would take drastic actions. Everything was proceeding according to Jack's plan, but they were unaware that danger was quietly approaching.